Hello, welcome to Lore Master's Lair. I'm your Lore Master, here today for another God video. We have been slowly going through the ancestries related deities, and we find ourselves at the end of the list with halflings. And with them, we have a deity known for luck and pluck, Chaldira Zuzaristan, the Calamitous herself. Let's get started. As always, let's start with where you yourself can find information on Chaldira, as much as she will make it difficult to keep up with her. First, as always, see what you can find in Gods and Magic, both the 1E and 2E ones, as well as the Divine Mysteries book. As for the full write-up, we have her in the Faiths of Galorian book. And that's pretty much the set we have. So, one of the two halfling deities, Chaldira is considered a champion to Desna, and by that she is known for leaping before looking, a firebrand who would charge forth with not even half a plan, and somehow comes out at the other end okay. Being friends with the goddess of luck has its benefits, and Chaldira is well versed in how to push one's luck. Chaldira takes on the appearance of the local ethnicity of halfling, but a few constants are her curly hair, freckles, and her signature coat, a tattered red and green held together by buttons. Friendship is important to Chaldira and her faith, with friends being an extremely large tent view. If you are not evil, you are friendship to her, and she will treat someone she met a minute ago the same as a friend she has known for centuries. Desna, being the closest friend, is someone willing to accept this and welcomes the help. However, there are many deities who loathe the idea of Chaldira coming around someday to help them. As one would expect, the faith in Chaldira is strongest among halflings, with a small following among humans. But all worshippers are also note, seeing Chaldira as a trickster deity. The faith falls into three categories: clergy, layperson, and common laity. Laity is the word I was looking for. I was about to say clergy again. Laity are expected to be active members in the community. For them, worship can be summed as a social event, though requires donations in place to keep the greedy out of faith. They're not welcomed among Chaldira's. When there is conflict between members of the congregation, they are usually settled in a competition of random chance to let fate decide the arguments for them. For priests, they are the smallest of the worshippers, their focus being the running of the church and the lobbying of governments to improve the conditions of the downtrodden. And for seemingly having their nose in any event which might affect their communities. Lay priests are the most likely to be seen. Despite having full-time jobs in addition to their religious duties, they are known to work tirelessly for their congregation. Though the families always come first, that's part of the rules of the faith. Though the most prominent duty of both priests and lay priests is taking part in pranks, especially where youth is involved. You teach them how to get in trouble right, after all. We do not have obvious temples to the Calamitous turn, usually having community spaces which double as places of worship and just as open to non-believers, as well as the homeless and various charities. Actual space for worship are out of the way, being around narrow corners or out-of-the-way doorways, and also function as training rooms and storage rooms for food stockpiles, you know, just in case. Chaldira and all other known halfling deities make their home in Axis, in an area known as the Heath-Grown House. Less a domain and more a series of apartment complexes, feast halls, and inns, the territory snakes around the territories of others in the area, with several being close to the heart of Axis, the city of Octon. Now on to other information. Faith in Chaldira is strongest where there is a decent population of halflings, in places like Absalom, Cheliax, Varissia, the River Kingdoms, and even some places like Dal. For festivals, not only is the Desna Festival of the Swallowtail Festival popular, but also the prank-filled day of Jestercap. And the holy text includes the Peltry Fables. Tripping over my words today. Stories of her getting in and out of trouble. And Right Side Up, a book which guides people how best to help others. Now for allies and other deities. Really, first divine allies, we start with Angova, the right-footed Volpinal, dressed in green and cream. Whenever a diplomatic solution is needed, it is the charming one who is sent forward. Frogslayer, a giant dragonfly, was granted sentience by a divine accident. Now the agile fighter will serve as mounts for halfling knights. And her herald, the button fellow, is a 10-foot-tall ragdoll covered completely in buttons. A skilled fighter, he instead prefers to help the downtrodden with a brief turn of luck, is probably the best way to describe it. As for other gods, again, Chaldira does truly consider all non-evil deities her close friends, even if she gets on many of their nerves. Like all halfling deities, her faith is closely connected with the faith of a more widespread faith, and that is Desna. She also has a close connection to two other deities of community, Abaddon and Aristal. Her greatest foe, conversely, is the other known halfling deity, the murderous Thamir Grix. Which brings us to the end of today's video. We will still have another halfling who I will talk about, well, who I did talk about a bit before, who I should give his own video, but that is a worry for next year. As for next week, we will not even be on the same planet, so look forward to that. See you then.